Hello guys, I hope you're all well. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Sam. If you're new here, I am very happy that you discovered the channel. In today's video, I'm going to discuss how to get more gigs as an entertainer. So maybe you are a musician, you could even be a comedian or a dancer. Any kind of entertainer this is going to work for. I have been a musician for, the longest time. Coming up 18, 19, maybe even 20 years I've been playing in some regard. I've been gigging since the age of like 15. I toured internationally with bands and solo as well, my own material. And I think I really have some value when it comes to getting booked as an entertainer. I really kind of understand how to get booked, at least as an independent artist anyway, because most of my work now comes from just being an independent artist and sourcing work and gigs myself. So if you're looking to do the same thing, stick around, watch this video, you might find it helpful. So if you are an act and maybe you have been gigging somewhat, or maybe you are looking to gig, you could be looking to earn a side income, or you're looking to quit your 9-to-5 job. This could definitely help you do that. What you want to do before you do this, you want to make sure that your act is prepared. Before you start reaching out to venues, make sure that your act is set up in a way that you're going to be right for the venues that you're applying to. Most gigs I play are around about 2 hours. This can be split into 2-hour-long sets with a small break in between. Sometimes they want me to play for 45 minutes. On the rare occasion, they can be around about an hour. So that means I, on average, want to have I play around about 25 to 30 songs per gig. So you want to come prepared with at least 33, 35 songs in order so you have enough material, more than enough material. You don't want to be caught with less material than you need. So make sure you have enough material to fill at least 2 hours. And then you want to make sure that the songs you have are tailored to the venue that you are going to be performing at. So if you're a pianist and you're performing in like a lounge or maybe even like a wine bar, you're going to be playing a different type of music to a solo singer guitarist who's performing in a lively pub. It's just going to be a completely different vibe. Or maybe you're a DJ performing in a club, you are going to be playing a different set list to what the other entertainers are going to be playing. So make sure you bear that in mind when curating your set list. Make sure it's tailored to the venues that you are going to be looking to perform at. When it comes to crowd requests, I would only ever play a request from a crowd if I know it really well. Maybe you're one of those people who is like a jukebox and you can just kind of rattle off any song. I know people like that. They are few and far between, but myself personally, I like to really know the song well before I attempt to play it. I think if you try and play something and it doesn't come across well, it looks a bit amateur. So I would only play requests if you know them really well. If you don't know it, just say, sorry, I don't know that one. Hopefully you know my next one. Or do you have any other requests that I might know? You don't feel like pressured into playing something that you're not confident to play. So in preparation of the gig, you want to make sure that you know your set list really well. You've got enough songs. You're well rehearsed. You understand the kind of venue you're going to be playing at. And you know how to handle the crowd and unexpected situations as they occur. Every now and then you will get a drunk idiot who does try and grab the mic or get up when he's not invited. You just have to, in that case, call security or just politely just say, look, sorry, you're not supposed to be up here. Can you just give me some space? If they don't respect that, you're going to have to call security. So that's just how it is. It happens when you're playing in venues where people are drinking alcohol, unfortunately. So then once your act is prepared, you want to make sure that you have the right equipment to get you sounding your best. So make sure you invest in the best PA system that you can. If you are a solo act, I'd recommend the Bose line array systems. I think they sound great and they're very compact and they can fit in your car and easily to set up. If you are a band or a DJ, I'd recommend you get something with a stereo sound. So that would be something with, I'd recommend at least like a 12-inch speaker, 2 active speakers with a mixer. I think the Yamaha DBR15 is a great PA for bands and DJs, or the Mackie SRM450 is also a great PA as well and great value for money. Now, some venues do provide PA systems, but I would always recommend to get your own if you plan on doing this on a regular basis, because you don't want to get caught out and turn up somewhere and they don't have a PA for you to play through. That would be an absolute nightmare, and the gig would ultimately just get called off. Then you want to get yourself a good mic, Shure SM58, you can't really go wrong with. I use the Telefunken M80. It's a little bit pricier than the Shure SM58, but I love how it sounds. I just wanted something slightly different because the SM58 is so widely used. But saying that, it sounds great and it's kind of been the industry standard for decades. You also want to make sure that you have a good mixer. I use the Yamaha MG06X and it's simply just got 2 XLR inputs and 4 jack channel inputs. So that works great for me because I'm just on my own. If I was performing or doing sound for a band, I would probably get the Yamaha MG16XU. I've always used Yamaha mixers. I'm just used to the interface and they're really reliable and they sound great. Then you want to make sure that you have all the accessories that you might need. So if you're a guitarist, you want to have plectrums, spare cables, batteries, definitely strings. Strings do break and you always want to have at least an extra spare set of strings on you. Whatever kind of act you are, bring spares of the accessories which you need. So once you have your act ready, you want to make sure that you have a nice website or landing page. Now, the difference between a website and a landing page are quite considerable. A website is simply just a multiple page, kind of like a brochure of everything you do. A landing page is simply just one simple page with one call to action. I am a fan of landing pages because, in my opinion, the purpose of a landing page is for a venue to get in touch with you. So all you need on that page is something about what you are, who you are, some ways for them to listen to you, and a way for them to get in touch with you, maybe some social proof as well if you have some reviews. That's all a landing page needs to do. And in a lot of cases, when you're reaching out to venues, they don't have much time to like browse through your whole website, nor do they really care. All they really want to find out is, what do they sound like? What do they do? Okay, do I like them? Don't I like them? Let's reach out if I do. So I'd recommend building a one-page lander, which just summarizes what you do. Then another handy resource to have as an entertainer is called an electronic press kit. So this is basically just like a digital business card, digital brochure of what it is you do. It's a PDF. And again, it will have some promo shots of you. It will have your bio, what it is you do, and then it will have some links to your work and social media links. It's just simply to attach to an email or send to a venue or a promoter to just give a brief overview of who you are and what you do. And then you want to have some presence on social media. I'd recommend combining YouTube and Instagram or Facebook with this as a musician, although TikTok can be a great way to get reach. But what I found is most venues aren't actually on TikTok. So you definitely want to have a YouTube channel. Many venues are on Instagram and Facebook, so it's good to have a presence there as well. But this should just highlight your best work and what you do. It also doesn't hurt to have some behind the scenes vlogs of like your practice process, your songwriting process, or maybe even some live videos from gigs or some reviews from happy clients from gigs you performed at. So I like to mix my content into 3 pillars. The first is music. So this is going to be covers, live sessions, and original songs. The second is going to be gear reviews. So gear which I use, gear which I'm trying out, like pedals, guitars, plugins, software, that kind of thing. And then the third is educational. So me actually teaching people how to do what it is I do. So those are my 3 content pillars. I'd recommend finding your 3 content pillars and rotating between those. It's a great way to keep your audience engaged and not consistently post the same sort of thing. So then you want to identify the kind of venue that you're going to be reaching out to. So if you're an acoustic solo act, you're generally going to be reaching out to bars, wedding planners, small venues, and venue managers. These are the kind of people you're going to be getting booked by. If you are a rock band, you're going to be playing larger venues, weddings again, and also some festivals. So those are going to be the kind of venues that you're going to be reaching out to. If you're a DJ, you're going to be playing clubs, corporate parties, and again, weddings as well. So depending on your act, you want to identify what kind of venues are you best suited for. It's very important to get clear on your market. Don't try and please everyone, because the more niche you are, the more you understand who it is that your act is for, the easier it is to get booked. So some common markets for entertainers are weddings, corporate events, bars and restaurants, festivals and fairs, private parties, and community or charity events. So now you're ready to find the leads and the contacts of who it is you're going to be reaching out to. So I like to use Google Maps. It's very, very straightforward. You literally just go to Google Maps and I type in live music venues or bars with live music in the city that I'm trying to reach out to. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll have a Google Sheet and I'll copy all the venues which I'm going to reach out to into the Google Sheet. And I'll probably copy a list of 30, 40 venues, all of the venues in that one town or city that I'm reaching out to. I'll copy them into a Google Sheet with the name, the number of the venue, and the address of the venue. And then I'll have a little checkbox for when I reach out to them and a note for the outcome. Okay. And then once I've put together this list of say 30 to 40 venues, I'll sit down for an hour or so and I'll work my way through the list. So I'll call the list and I'll generally get answered by someone who works at the venue. It could be the person I'm looking to speak to, or it could be a member of staff. And I'll say, oh, hello, my name's Sam. I was just wondering, do you have live music at your venue? And they're going to tell me yes or no. If they tell me yes, I'll say, well, actually, great. I'm a musician. I was wondering, is it yourself who takes care of the bookings? And then if they're interested, they'll probably ask, okay, yeah, what kind of music do you do? Can you send through some examples? And then I'll say, yeah, great. Well, what is your personal email address? I'll send through some links to my social media, and then we can maybe arrange a gig at some point. That's the best case scenario. They might say, no, we don't have live music, in which case I would say, okay, well, is it something you consider for the future? If they say, yeah, maybe, then say, look, I'm happy to send through some details and some information. If you'd like to hear more from me, then we can maybe arrange something for the future. If they say, no, we don't have any plans to have live music in the future, just end it there. Just say, no worries. Thanks for your time. Have a great day. So it's as simple as that. You literally want to work your way through the list and get the emails of the venues who have live music and they're interested in hearing more from you. So once you've called through your list of 30 to 40 venues, you'll probably have 10 of those who want you to send them some information. Okay, so you have the manager's email at this point. In your sheet, you mark these with the ones that want to be replied. So then in your sheet, you want to make a note of the venues which want you to email them. So then once you finish your calls, you can then send all your emails out. When crafting your emails, in the subject, you just want to say local musician available to perform at insert venue. Okay, that's all you need in a headline. Local musician available to perform at insert venue. And then in the body, you want to have hi. If you have the decision maker's name, just say hi. This is decision maker's name. If you didn't speak to the decision maker, just say hi. Hopefully this reaches the right person. I called earlier inquiring if you have live music, and I was told that you do. So I am a local musician and I would love to play at your venue. I like to say I have a well-known set of lively covers and I use a loop pedal for a full lively sound and can provide a PA and all the necessary audio equipment. And then I say, here are some links to my music, and I have a link to my Facebook page, I have a link to my YouTube channel, and I have a link to my website. And then under that, I say, I've also included my press kit, which includes my bio and links. And then I say, I'd love to perform at your venue. I look forward to hearing from you soon. So that is basically the email that gets sent out after they have asked me to send them through some details. All right. So they've got my social links. They've got my press kit. They've got my landing page. They've got everything they need, and it looks nice and polished and professional. So then if I don't hear anything from them for 3 to 4 weeks, then you can follow up. And in the follow-up email, I just replied to the original email I sent. You don't want to start a new chain. I just like to say, hi, hope you're well. I just wanted to follow up from my previous email, just in case you missed it. Here are my links again for your convenience. Put your 3 links there, attach your press kit again, and say, I look forward to your response. And then that's it. The most I tend to follow up with is 2 times. If you send them an initial email and then 2 follow-ups and they still don't respond, chances are they just aren't interested. But following up actually gets a lot of responses. In a lot of cases, the initial email can get lost or it can go into the spam folder. So definitely don't overlook following up. I've booked many gigs just by sending that extra email. So that is a quick overview of the system which I would use to go out and get gigs, reach out to venues directly and get booked as a live entertainer. This is the system which I used in order to book myself up basically every weekend, fill my calendar, and actually quit my 9-to-5 job. I came back from Australia in 2023 and I started calling venues, and literally within 8 to 9 months, I had quit my job because I just had enough gigs on which I didn't need to do it anymore. So I could just focus on music and my freelancing, which was great. So if you are looking to do a similar thing, follow the steps laid out in this video. If you want further detail and instructions on how to do this, I've actually put together a program which goes way more in depth and walks you step by step, and has another paid ads module which can be really effective at booking gigs as well. So if you want to get that, click the link in the description of the video. It's in my community, Soundcraft Academy, and you also get access to my 30-day guitar player course as a bonus as well. So definitely grab that if you want more knowledge and details on how to get booked as an entertainer. If you enjoyed watching this video, hit subscribe, comment below, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.